What up, folks? I'm Ultrazilla, and it is time for another of Vlogzilla, where I just sit and chat with you guys. Let you guys know what's going on with me, what's going on with the channel, what you're gonna see soon, what I'm planning, what are the thoughts going in my head. We haven't done one in, I think, 2 months now. Like, June was the last one. I know we had a live stream last month, and also my last organizing felt like a vlog in a way. Little update on that to start. You know, I go in and out of how I feel about, what I'm doing and this place, and it's ups and downs. So if I depressed anyone during that organizing, my apologies. I was a little bit down that day, and it kind of happens to all of us. I try to be as positive as possible on here, but sometimes, you get negative, and here, this time, I'm a little bit of both, there's a lot of good things happening. There's some not so good things, and I'm talking about not just on the channel, but real life. It's ups and downs. We've had some really good ups, we've had some downs as well, since even that organizing. So it's man, it just never ends, it feels like. I'm not going to get into it this time. I got a little bit into it during that, and I'm not going to further. You just know ups, downs in real life. I also, I talk about work sometimes in here, and that's been up and down too. I've had, trickles of work during the summer, which is good. Sometimes in the summer you kind of need that. But as usual, as we get towards the end of the summer, stuff starts ramping up for me, and that's what's going on the last couple of weeks. I've had more stuff coming in to be done, so it's funny because I was trying to get more videos done, and I did, but I was trying to get more, but now it's just let's just keep it status quo. Also, why I was just okay, gotta do this vlog today, get this up, because it's content and it takes a slot. You guys know, I try to do a video a day, so that is my regular schedule. If I could get little extra videos in there, I will. I got that little Jaws video in there. Obviously, I had the ultrazine news from San Diego as multiple videos, so there has been a stuff. That little Jaws video, it was more it's such a short, small, video, and I felt like it wasn't a real review, even though it was a real review. It's just a very short review because it's such a small thing. It was just kind of an extra for me. I wasn't expecting to buy that. I wasn't looking for tubs at all, but it was there, and I bought it, and I was just let me just toss this in here a early morning thing, and that was cool, and that video has outperformed expectation, so that is cool. My Anguirus unboxing this week was supposed to be an extra video. I was gonna launch it in a morning time slot, but I just happened, I was just you know what, I haven't edited completely these last two videos. Actually, I think I did, as far as the Super Wings video and the Marvel Legends Spider-Man video. I did edit those, I just hadn't done their thumbnails yet. So I was just you know what, I'm just gonna put this, in a regular slot, and I'm gonna do this Vlogzilla this week because now I got work coming up. My Anguirus video is completely filmed, and the Power Rangers Reignition Triceratops is all filmed. So 2 videos all filmed, not yet edited yet, but I do plan to get those done this weekend and film a bunch of other things. So I got stuff, working, but I think, at least, for the next few weeks, I'm probably gonna fall, back into just, video a day, and get them out as best as I can. You know what I'm saying? At least, hopefully that's the schedule. But yeah, I do have a bunch of cool things upcoming. I did get some Transformers. You see one of them right here. It's a Scavenger from Studio Series. I also have also Transformers. What's his name? Another one of the Primes. Alchemist Prime is here. So those finally 2 Transformers. I feel like I haven't had a bunch of Transformers the last few weeks, which is good. But it's also because in my big bad toy store pile of loot, I think I have like 3 or 4 Transformers from the last few months that I just kind of like, you know, I'm just keeping there. And the plan is, guys, when I ship that BBTS pile of loot, that's going to be my next live stream. I'm kind of planning it for the beginning of September at some time. So back to school live stream. Back to BBTS. Like a BBTS unboxing while we live stream is going to be the plan. At present, I believe I have 6 to 8 items. I'm not 100% sure. In there. There's a few things that's supposed to come out in the next few weeks that was supposed to be out already, that, you know, I'm hoping gets in there. It's a nice mix of stuff, but there is Transformer stuff, and then there's some other stuff. Kaiju stuff to Godzilla and stuff. So, you know, that's pretty cool. As far as what I do have present still, I do have more Power Rangers Reignition. We still have the Saber-Tooth Tiger to review. I have the basic set of Rangers that you might have seen my unboxing on Instagram. I've been doing some shorts. I had one for Dragon Man unboxing on Instagram, reels I should say, and that shorts are here, as well as one for the Power Rangers Reignition. So if you haven't checked those out, please go check out my Instagram. So we got those, and then I did get one of the Toho Maniacs, the magical robot whose name, you know, like I'm not going to try to say without practicing it right now because I can't remember it always, from Orochi, the 8-headed dragon. I got that on eBay from a Japanese seller, and I've wanted that and I totally forgot about it. I'll talk about it more in the review, but that's coming up probably this week. Like besides those 2 reviews, I think that's gonna be one of them. Probably at least one of those 2 Transformers. Maybe both. The plan is to do 6 reviews this coming week. You know, and then I want to just try to. I do have to do another organizing. I haven't done much except for throw away some boxes since the last one. So expect another organizing coming up before the end of the month, but I want to get through some of, or if not all of the toys like that are still like quote-unquote new, meaning purchased this year, if not new, like, because I do have that Astro Megazord, the Zap Astro Megazord that I also eBayed recently. I don't know if I've talked about it here yet, but I have that's on my upper shelf here somewhere. But that's probably at the end of all this other stuff. I have another Super Wings. You might have heard me talk about that in the last, you know, review. But I have the Jumbo World Aircraft robot, which looks amazing. That is one I saw at Toy Fair, and I took pictures of, and there's videos of it, and it's amazing looking. I can't wait to play around with that. I still have Young Gary from Titanic to review. That's been like on the back burner, so that is something I gotta review still that I have. I still have the Good Smile Bravern to review. Yeah, a bunch of stuff. I think I have 6 things on hand that were purchased this year. 6 or 7 things that was purchased this year. I don't have anything. Well, I do have one thing in transit. I got something that's like kind of lost in transit from AliExpress, so I don't know what's going on with that. It may or may not come. I'm not going to talk about it. It is not a Haya Toys. I kind of just waiting on some Haya Toys. Like, I'll let them figure out what's going on with their US releases right now, because I just it's more of a I don't want to, like, my experience with AliExpress right now is a mess. The last couple of things, like I said, one thing is just kind of, where is it? I don't know. Kind of lost in transit, so I'm kind of like shying away right now. Like, I will get stuff from there, but I'm shying away. And yeah, I mean, before people mention Cow Kiss Toys, Kowski Toys. I'm not dealing with them, honestly. I'm not. Like, I dealt with them once, and, you know, they refused to, like, answer my last couple of emails after we worked together, so, okay, no problem. You know, we are done, and I've heard other people had problems with their customer service, so before you go out and, you know, like, follow a link that another, like, I'm not going to call a lot of them reviewers anymore, they're influencers now, like, puts, you know, out there for you, you know, like, because they'll make some money off of it. Do realize, the toy, you know, shop itself isn't the best, as far as, you know, like, customer service. So, hey, that's my experience, and that's not just my experience. I've heard a lot of people call out their customer service, for actual purchases. I'm dealing with, I dealt with them from not that, but little behind the scenes for you guys you might want to know, but that's my experience. I'm not gonna, you know, this is what Ultrazillatoys is all about, right? Like, you know, me as Ultrazilla, like, I can only give you my experiences, whether it's in a review or, like, you know, like, just being truthful about a few things, you know, and telling you my experience with that stuff. So, as far as, like, you know, like, all the latest Hiya Toy stuff, you know, like, my last one was Godzilla 91, who is here. And I love it. I mean, it's no knock on, you know, the toys that they're producing, because the last two I've really liked. I really like that. I really like Shimo. So, it's a matter of getting them here. And right now, I'm just kind of taking a step back, because I don't want to pay extra, you know, plus, I'm just kind of trying to watch what I buy a little bit. I mean, that is on... I want to buy those. Get them here to the United States, and then we'll talk. You know what I'm saying? Like, it shouldn't be that hard. But I don't know what's going on with their distribution, because they were distributing from Diamond. So I don't know. We'll see. In the meantime, like, you know, listen to what I say. Like, a lot of reviews, like, aren't all they're cracked up to be anymore. And, like, you know, like, I've talked about this, but the line between reviewer and influencer is a lot thinner than it used to be, and you should really, you know, watch that. You know, as consumers, as people, like, looking to this stuff for honest opinions, think about that, okay? So, you know, like, I've talked about this ad nauseum in the past, but just, you know, think about that more and more, because a lot of companies only will deal with reviewers if they'll play ball in one way or another. So, just putting that out there. You take that information and do what you will. You know, like, I'll just keep doing what I'm doing, you know, and I take pride in my reviews, and I'm gonna keep doing that. You know, like, whether or not that makes me not, you know, workable with other folks, whether it be, like, you know, companies, but there are companies that are working with me, which is good. Like, you saw Bandai send me stuff, which is awesome. So hopefully we can continue that in the future. That's cool. That's twice this year. That's very, very nice. Like, that, again, an honor for me, is because as a longtime fan, you know, so that is very, very cool. So, you know, but, like, you know, just doing other stuff. Like, have you seen me collab with too many other people? I do appreciate the ones that have collabed with me. Like, I don't go out looking for that, but, you know, big shout out, like, to the Good, the Bad, and the Awesome, and Billy the Kid's toy reviews. Like both of them, like, you know, having me on the Forge, go check that out, is really cool. Go check out both of their channels. They're really cool dudes. Like, I had a really good time on their podcasts. Like, really, go live stream, you know, go check them out. Very, very cool. Good to make their acquaintance. Big shout out to Ben's World of Transformers for hooking me up there, so hooking us all up. So that's very, very awesome. And check out Ben's appearance on the Forge as well. So a lot of cool, we talked about a lot of really cool stuff there, which is awesome. Also, like, you know, going back a few months, but shout out to the Monsters with Attitude. You know, like, that was really cool to be on their show. So, like, you know, it's cool to be able to do that. Like, I've done that less over the years. I mean, and also shout out to Brick Something. You know, like, I've enjoyed all of those. Those are amazing. Like, I love talking to Brick because I love, because he's, you know, has a very varied palette. So, like, it's fun for me when I get to talk about other stuff, you know, with other people. So I enjoyed all three of those shows. Like, really, it was great to be on those. And I would love to be able to do that as well coming up. You know, like, I'm taking it slow with the live streams coming back full time, but you know, like, right now I think we've been like every other month, and, you know, then I'd have one of these. Because I do need one where I just talk, where I don't deal with, like, a chat room, and that's where the Vlogzilla comes into play. But as far as, like, folks that do what I do, like, I mean, like, as far as, like, you know, like, the kaiju community and stuff, like, I feel like I'm on an island sometimes, and, that's fine. Let me be on an island. I kind of like that, like, in a way, you know. Maybe my views doesn't, you know, line up with other folks just because of who we're working with, and maybe that's the reason. But you know, like, I just think you know, there's a way to talk to folks and to be able to have conversations where we could still do stuff like that. Not that it's been like, you know, not that I have any, like, bad blood with anyone. I don't. Like, I'm not feuding with anyone. But, you know, like, there's a weird thing in the kaiju community when it comes to this stuff. And I don't know what it is. And I feel it more so there than even, like, other places. It's almost like an urgency to be on the side of some of these companies, like, you know, it's, you know, a little bit desperate in a way, and I don't know what that is, but, like, being that I am very diverse in what I do and how I work, I just see it more in that community than I see it in other communities. It's a strange thing, but I don't know what it is. I mean, I'll just keep doing what I'm doing is all I keep saying. That stuff isn't bothering me, which is good. Like, I have enough stuff that bothers me. So I just could only do what I could do, and you know, I want to enjoy what I enjoy and show you guys different things. Because it's more fun and it's more varied and it's good. I wish more, this is, you know, again, ad nauseum, but, like, I wish more kaiju fans would be more open to other stuff, and, like, I want to see them talk about other stuff, because it's fun. Like, and then you could judge how good one toy is compared to the other, you know, like, a lot better. Like, I find myself to be, you know, more well-rounded as a reviewer because of all the different things I do. I don't think anyone does the variety that I do. Like, I know a lot of folks, there's a lot of reviewers that do different things, but as wide as me, I'm not sure. So, you know, it's one of those things that I pride myself on and I enjoy doing, and like, it keeps me fresh. Like, it keeps me going. I don't think I'd be able to do this, like, the way I do it if I didn't have so many different things. Mostly because there's not a ton of one thing. Or there might be. There's probably a ton of kaiju toys, but, like, I don't want to cover them all. I'm just not into them. Like, I want to be into what I'm into, you know? Like, I like Transformers. That's going to be part. I like other robots. I like other things. So, you know, I want to showcase that, and I want to show you guys just in case you might like that. And you might go, oh my gosh, that is actually really, really cool. What is that? That's what I live for, guys, you know? So But I love being part of the kaiju community as well. Like, you guys know, like, how much I love, let's say, like, Kaiju Brooklyn and being part of that. And there's news on that coming up, you know, like, there's things in the works there. There might be some, you know, a fall little thing happening. Do stay tuned that your pal Ultrazilla is going to be part of. So, you know, this thing's happening, and there's news probably happening soon about Kaiju Brooklyn 4, so thumbs up there. Like, that is very, very cool. Like, Anime NYC is coming up, NYCC is coming up. I am definitely going to NYCC. Shout out to Luminous, getting me in to NYCC without having to, like, pay for anything, which is fantastic. Thank you. I will be there on Thursday, you know, for that one. So, you know, I do have a class to teach that day, but that's later in the day. You know, like, so I will be there early, and, you know, getting all my coverage in that I can. You know, whatever's there on Thursday is good enough for me. So that's NYCC. That's coming up in October. Anime NYC is, like, coming up in a couple weeks. And I'm hoping to be there. Like, I have a press application in, but they haven't gotten back to me yet. They're supposed to get back to everyone next week. So, it's... I know, it's hard to make plans, right? But that's a little nuts. So hopefully I get to go to Anime NYC. I think that's the only way I'll go. I don't think I'm gonna buy any tickets to it. If I don't get that, then I'm not gonna go. There is a very cool Toytuber show in Jersey from the folks that do ToyCon New Jersey. It's called Toytuber Expo or whatever, and it's, like, you know, a lot of, like, toy reviewers and stuff. But that's, like, another sect. It's not like I'm not a blip, apparently. Like, even though I'm bigger than a lot of people that are going to be there, but I kind of want to go to that. Like, I want to go check it out. Like, I would love to have a table at it, but I don't know if it's too late for it. I don't know if I could get myself together enough to do that. I think I'm not sure. It might be the same weekend as Anime NYC though. So I got to look into that. But I think that's pretty interesting either way. If I don't get a chance to go this year and it's successful, it might be something I definitely want to be part of. I mean, it's a state away. It's just miles away from me. So I would like to do that. There's also, like, a couple other toy shows in New Jersey that, like I said, ToyCon New Jersey, that I think I want to start being a part of. You know, if not this year, then coming up next year, because I want to do more shows where I could sell more things, not just kaiju stuff, because I have a lot of stuff to get rid of. So, more selling coming up for Ultrazilla. I do have to put up a lot of stuff on eBay. I have, like, some stuff set aside for eBay that I need to get up on there. I just haven't had a chance to, and I just haven't had space for that. You guys know how bad space is right here, right now. So just, I gotta get that together, and that's where, like, another organizing comes into play. Get that all done. And I'm gonna leave it at that, guys. I've talked a lot. I think I've probably talked... No, I'm not gonna leave it at that, because, oh my gosh, one of the things I did want to say, as far as... And I'm probably gonna go off on a little tangent here, but I wanted to, like, mention, because I didn't even mention it in my last live stream, which, you know, it was all about, like, you know, celebrating my 9th year here on YouTube. But that was, like, I was so crazy that day. There was a lot going on in Casa Ultrazilla. Like, you know, like, I didn't have a chance to talk about this. But I also hit 2,500 reviews here on the channel. And that is nothing to sniff at. That is an amazing accomplishment that I am super proud of. That is a whole lot of reviews, and that is amazing. Like, I always say this, but, like, I wish I could see a stat of, like, you know, the top, like, you know, reviewers, you know, who have done this a long time, like, how many reviews they have done. and I want to see where I rank. You know, like, someone recently, like, you know, this paraged me, say, you know, oh, you know, look at this guy, with just 16k, followers, like, you know, thinking he's all that, or thinking, you know, like, that hit, the amount of reviews I've done don't matter. Like, excuse me? Like, what? Like, subscribers are one thing, views are another thing, but the work that you put in there, like, that stuff, it doesn't mean anything in that context. Like, that stuff does not take away from the amount of work that I've done and the growth that I've had as a reviewer here on this channel. Whether I'm watched a ton or I gain a ton of followers, no one can deny the amount of stuff that I've done here on the channel. And I always say this, you know, but the proof is there in the pudding, and I know what I'm talking about when it comes to figures of all kinds. And I know how to talk about the actual business of toys. So when it comes to experience, bar none, mine is right up there with a lot of folks that have done this, that have a ton of followers, that have a ton of reviews, that have their little play plaques, like, and all of that. Like, and one day, maybe some of those guys will take notice. And maybe one day, one of them will go, hey, you guys should check out this guy, because, oh my gosh, look at all the work he's done. This guy knows what he's talking about, and he probably deserves a lot more than he has. And maybe one day that'll, like, turn that damn algorithm around for me. Because what stops me is that more than anything, and what stops me is also me sticking to my guns on how I do this stuff. And that's not going to change all that much. Like, I might change the look of the presentation, because I do have some ideas going, you know, as we move forward about how to present a review. But my thoughts on the reviews and how I approach the reviews are never going to change. And, you know, like, I am more and more, like, adamant and justified in the way I do things. And, I am more, like, the more the age of the influencer, like, is upon us, the more I'm, like, my whole deal is going to be the integrity of my reviews always. And like I said, one day, that's going to be noticed. And there you go. That is my Vlogzilla. Hope you dug it. Let me know your thoughts down below on any of this stuff. And if you're new to the channel, go ahead and sub yourself for daily content and let me help you diversify your collection. Until next time, peace out, peeps.